Hey people, what's going on? It's Lisa from twocreativewebsite.com. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys had a great week. I had a fabulous week. I was out of town last weekend. I was in Toronto, and whenever I go out of town, I always get kind of behind. I didn't check any email while I was gone. I could rarely go on my form, so I came back to a ton of stuff. But it turned out to be a really good week. It was productive. I made some great contacts. I'm actually going to do a video probably next week on Chitika. I just started using Chitika on a couple of my sites, so I'm going to talk about how that's going. So I'm really excited about that. But this video, I want to talk about Twitter. If you look at some of my old videos, you'll notice about 5 months ago, I did a video on Twitter. And it's funny because I was using it so differently than I'm using it now here in June 2009. Just 5 months ago, I was only using Twitter mainly to promote my blog post. I was using Twitter Feed, which is a free service that automatically posts your new blog post to Twitter without you even having to log into Twitter, so it happens automatically. And that's pretty much all I was using Twitter for. And in a 9-month period, I guess I had generated like 150 followers. Wasn't really promoting my Twitter feed very much, but it was just kind of working on autopilot. Well, as many of you know, in January, February, when all the celebrities started getting into Twitter, everybody was like, oh, what is this Twitter thing? You know, and so affiliate marketers got into it, you know, bloggers, webmasters, and all that. So Twitter has really changed the face of the web over the last 6 months. Now, in this video, I'm not talking about Twitter for people who are using it for like personal. You know, hey, I'm going to the mall, or using it to keep in touch with their friends or track celebrities. I'm not talking about using Twitter for that. I'm talking about people like me who are affiliate marketers or bloggers, webmasters, and using Twitter to promote your site, your blog, or your brand. I have two very good reasons to use Twitter, and or two very good examples of why I think Twitter is so worth it. At least it has been for me. And if you follow me, you probably know these stories, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to just tell you really briefly. The first story, it happened about 2 months ago. I just bought the WordPress theme called Thesis. And I did a video explaining how to use Thesis. It's a screencast video, so you actually see me using Thesis on my screen. You see me editing my blog using Thesis, and I'm just talking about it. I'm raving about it. So I published the video. It went over, you know, really well. And I was on Twitter, and it was right after I launched the video, and I was just looking for the owners or the people that sell Thesis, that's DIY themes. And just so happens they had just signed on with Twitter that day. And they had like one tweet and like 20 followers or whatnot. And I sent them a tweet and said, hey, by the way, loving Thesis, I just did this video. And I gave them a link to the YouTube video. And turns out they loved it. In fact, they loved it so much, they emailed me and said, hey Lisa, would you mind if we use this video on our site? So as of this day, I don't know how long it's going to be up, but my Thesis video is on the DIY Themes website. And not only am I getting traffic to my blog from that video and my YouTube channel, but I'm also getting sales because my affiliate link for Thesis is embedded inside the video. So had I not sent them that tweet on Twitter, this might not have ever happened. So that's one way. The second thing that happened, it was just as recent as last night. There was a lady, and I wish I had remembered her Twitter ID. I'll put it up on the screen because I can't remember her ID. I wanted to give her props. She sent me a tweet message, and she just basically said, hey Lisa, have you gotten a free pass to the Affiliate Summit? And for those of you who don't know, the Affiliate Summit is a conference that happens twice a year where affiliates from all over the world get together, and there are conferences, and you network, and you share ideas with other affiliates. And I thought about it, and I replied to her. I said, no, I haven't decided if I'm going. I have not gotten a free pass. And then for some reason I put the link to affiliatesummit.com in my tweet. I guess I did that because I wanted people who were following me to know what the Affiliate Summit was. So it's really more for descriptive purposes. Well, Sean Collins, the owner of affiliatesummit.com, or one of the owners of affiliatesummit.com, I guess he had checked his site stats and saw the referring log and saw that I had linked to his site from my tweets. So he replied and said, hey Lisa, how about a free press pass? So I went on and clicked through the link he sent me, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll sign up for a free press pass. I didn't know I qualified for that, but I'll go ahead and sign up. And so I got sidetracked, and about 3 or 4 hours later, I get another tweet from the other Affiliate Summit co-founder, Missy Ward, saying, Lisa, your Affiliate Summit free pass is on the way. You'll have it by the morning. And I was like, what? So apparently Sean, the first guy that contacted me, the first co-founder of Affiliate Summit, I guess he contacted Missy Ward and said, hey, let's make sure Lisa gets a free pass. And I had it, all because of Twitter. Now, there's a story behind this. I'm not telling everybody to go send a tweet to the Affiliate Summit and say, hey, give me a free pass. It's not going to work like that. The issue is I am an affiliate for DIY Themes, the Thesis folks. And I guess because of my sales, I earned the free pass. But had I not been on Twitter talking with this lady, just happened to mention, no, I hadn't gotten a pass, Sean and Missy would have never seen my tweet. I never would have gotten the free pass. So those are two very good reasons why Twitter is just like my best friend right now online. I mean, it's one of those things, guys, where you have to learn how to work it. I hear so many affiliate marketers, bloggers, webmasters saying Twitter is dumb, it's worthless, but I think what people have to realize is that you have to learn how to provide value. And when you provide value, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, you will get the traffic, you will get the exposure, you will get the attention. Guys, almost every day I'm getting people on Twitter sending people to one of my blog posts, one of my YouTube videos, one of my tweets. They return tweet one of my tweets. That's when you put a little RT in front of someone else's tweet to kind of like give them props, and then you send it out to your followers. So it's like a viral way of getting your own tweets promoted. So if someone likes your tweets, they'll just return tweet your tweet and then send it out to their own followers. So that's another way I've been getting traffic. And a lot of people with Twitter, they chalk it up to dumb or worthless because they don't see an instant benefit. People are impatient. If they use something and they go, well, I'm not getting traffic, I'm not making any money, they write it off as it's just a waste of time. But what you guys have to realize is that sometimes it's about the indirect benefit. Yeah, you may not get a lot of traffic or make a lot of money when you use Twitter in that first week, but if you learn how to tweet about valuable things and find people and network with people that are interested in your topic or that are in your niche, over time you're building a brand. You're building your brand awareness, and over time that builds traffic in the long run. The traffic that I'm getting from Twitter now in June 2009 is so much greater than I was getting back in January, February when I first started using it, other than just to promote my blog posts. So it's an ongoing thing. You have to test it out. You have to sit back and watch other people who are using Twitter that are maybe in your same niche and see how they're using it, and just say, oh, you know what, okay, I see what they're doing. They're maybe asking for advice, or they're tweeting about useful articles that are related to their topic. Oh, I get it. And the people that use Twitter and use it effectively and are getting lots of followers, those are people who have gotten it. They figured out how to provide value to their audience, and that's what Twitter is all about. In the end, people who follow you just want value, and they don't want you tweeting about your site on every tweet. I will unfollow somebody so quickly if they are just obviously using Twitter just to self-promote. I've had people that have replied to me, if you do the @ sign and then your ID, I get that message in my inbox, hey Lisa, check out my site. Or there was one guy, for every tweet, it was a link to his website address. I'm going to the kitchen, check out my website. I'm going to the movies, check out my website. And I was like, oh my goodness, does this guy really think that this is an effective way of using Twitter? That's not providing value. It's pretty much spam. It's self-promotion. And it's just not a place for that on Twitter as far as I'm concerned. I don't even really even put affiliate links in many of my tweets. I think I've done it maybe one time. But I've learned that if you provide value, if you post, articles that people find interesting, if you're, find the right mix between business and personal, over time, it helps build your own personal brand of one. And in the long run, that's what will help build your traffic. So if you're looking at Twitter as to something where you can just start getting traffic right away, it's probably not going to happen. You have to use it. You have to test it out. You have to watch other people who are using it and see how they're using, especially the people that have a lot of followers. See what they're doing, see the types of tweets that they have, and you know, kind of mimic your style after them and say, oh, okay, you know, they've got a real nice mix of personal and business. They're tweeting about these useful articles. I see why they have such, you know, a large following base. So you guys, Twitter is amazing. It really is, but you really have to learn how to use it. It's no different in a sense from MySpace, Facebook, any of these other social networking sites, because at the end of the day, getting traffic from any of those types of sites is all about being useful. And if you're joining Twitter just to promote your site, you know, visit my site, click on my affiliate link, that's not providing value. That's not useful. No one is going to appreciate that. So you have to have a strategy. Don't just go on there and start off, you know, tweeting about personal things and then say, oh, you know what, I think I decided I'm going to promote my blog. The nice thing about being consistent with your tweets is that you know that your audience is following you because they're interested in what you're tweeting about. If your tweets are all over the place and they're not focused, then a lot of times you lose people. So that's why I tend to keep my tweets related to my site and blog, because that's how I was using Twitter from the very beginning. So I know the people who are following me, most of them are interested because they're interested in my site and blog. So guys, if you think Twitter is a waste of time, I honestly think that it's because you haven't realized how to provide value. Because I don't care how dumb you think Twitter is, there are tons and tons and tons of people using it. And your audience, the people that could be your long-term customers or site visitors, they're on Twitter. They're using Twitter. So you are missing out on some opportunity if you haven't figured out how to make it work for you. So I highly, highly, highly recommend you give it a try. Remember, you get out of it what you put into it. So take my advice, guys. Get on the Twitter, follow me, and I'll see you online. Bye-bye.